Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is another Japan travel themed video, but this one's more for the car enthusiasts out there. I've come up with a list of 5 different places for car enthusiasts to enjoy within Tokyo, and you can go and visit all of these within the space of one day because they're all so close to each other. So the first 3 places on my list are all within about 20 minutes of each other, so these are the best 3 to start with, and you get to see so much within such a short amount of time. So the first place is the Tokyo Toyota Megaweb, which is Toyota's largest car showroom in the whole world, and being home of Toyota, it's quite a big place. Including walk-in from Shibuya, it only takes about 35 minutes, and that includes 1 train journey. And you'll know you're in the right place because on top of the Toyota building there is a massive Ferris wheel which you can see for miles. So every single car that Toyota produces at the moment, especially for the Japanese market, every single one of those is available to go and have a look at, go and sit in. So there's probably about 50 cars on the showroom, but there's also a load of different race cars, different one-off series cars, things like that. So it has all the brand new concepts. It has things like the Toyota Century, it has the LFA that was used in the Nürburgring 24 Hours a couple of years ago. There are so many different cars in there, so it's not just your 20 Yaris's, it's also your Supras, your, you know, every single car that Toyota produce or producing at the moment, you can find there. On top of that, there's some free rides. I can remember there was a like a roller coaster kind of TV screen ride that was based upon the motorsport heritage of Toyota. In addition, on the top floor, because actually this place is 2 stories tall, on the second floor they had a load of different like hydrogen fuel cell cars, so the Mirai, and all the future technology that Toyota is actually producing. So it's kind of like a science museum mixed with a car showroom mixed with a kind of a theme park. There's a lot to see there, and if you love cars then you're gonna love it. Just next door to the Megaweb, and I think there's even a walkway to get into it. There's a massive shopping centre called Venus Fort, and a part of Venus Fort, I believe Venus Fort is owned by Toyota, or at least the museum that is attached to Venus Fort is. And the museum attached to Venus Fort is actually a car museum. They've got cars from all over the world, so you've got Lotuses, you've got Cadillacs, you've got Ferraris, anything you can really think of, with a load of the historic Japanese cars. As you walk in, there's replicas of the houses of Japan, spanning over the different decades, and in front of every single one of them there is a car that represents that kind of era. So I can remember there was the first ever Subaru was there with like you know, traditional like a traditional noodle or tofu bar behind it. I think one of the highlights in there when I went was the 2000 GT Toyota, because I've never seen one of those in the flesh before, and they're a very rare car. But literally right next to that was a massive pink Cadillac. So there's a bit of everything in there for everyone who loves cars. So just attached to the museum there is also the Toyota Heritage Rally Collection. So you've got the Corollas, you've got Carlos Sainz's Celica, along with the MR2 Group C car that was never run in rally. That's there. So I think there's about 6 or 7 different rally cars from that era. And just attached to that as well is a massive model shop. So if you love cars and you want to get a decent souvenir for anyone abroad or just something for yourself, this is a great place to go, because I mean you've got literally within 10 meters of each other you've got 2 massive car related places you can go and visit. Additionally, the perfect thing about this place is if you go downstairs from the museum, like I just mentioned, you go into Venus Fort, which is a massive shopping centre, and it's incredible because the interior of it is like, it reminded me of Venice. So the ceilings are all painted blue, all the shop fascias are like Venetian. It looks incredible. It looks like you've just gone back in time, but you're in Italy at the same time. There's also quite a few great restaurants in there, so if you want your takoyakis or anything like that, great place to stop off, even if it's in between or at the end of your day looking at cars. Third place on my list is literally, I think it's 1 or 2 train stops away from the Venus Fort shopping centre. So again, this one is really easy to get to, and it's also on the JR line. So if you've got a JR line ticket or you've got a JR pass, you literally can just show your pass and you'll get straight down there within like 10 minutes. So the third place is Super Autobacks, which is kind of like what Halfords was 20 years ago. So basically Super Autobacks is like a supermarket for car parts. It doesn't matter what car you have, kind of specifically Japanese. But if you've got a Honda, a Toyota, a Mitsubishi, a Subaru, you are definitely going to be able to find something for your car if you're into the modifying car scene. Upstairs on the second level, you've got all your aftermarket tuner parts. So you've got your Spoon parts, your TRD, your HKS, all these really big names that all stem from Japan culture. And then downstairs you have a massive assortment of different car related products, from books, just like headlamps, lights, literally anything you can think of for your car you can get in this place. I think it's also got a Costa or a Starbucks attached to it as well. One of the things that I wish I did buy and I never did in the end was a Nardi steering wheel, because in fact you can also get your Nardi steering wheels from here. But overall I think it's a great place to go, even if you just want to mooch around, just see what they've got for sale really. Also, it seems like a lot of people from the car scene, modified car scene, enjoy going there to hang out. Just standing there for 5 minutes, there were Skylines, Evos, Mitsubishi, Subarus, everything was just coming in and out constantly. Just below as well, there's a garage, like a Super Autopax garage, and inside there, I can remember there being a Lotus Elise, an R34 Skyline, just various cars going in for their services, and really rare cars to really see in the UK. So even if you just like there car spotting, it's a great place to go because you just don't know what's going to turn up. The fourth place on my list is just down the road in Akihabara. Akihabara is known as the electric town. It used to be a place where people would be able to go and buy electronics for a cheap price, or just components with, say, things like computers. But now it's more of like a bit of a weeb culture place. So you've got like loads of department stores selling like anime models, anime magazines, books, Pokemon, all that kind of stuff. If you're into things like car models or car model making, there's a lot of shops there that specialise for you. So there's a shop called Tam Tam, which is a massive department store that is just filled with car models. So, you know, like the ones that you build yourself. I even managed to find a really rare car called the Isuzu Piazza car model set. And I was like, there's nowhere in this world where you're going to be able to find an Isuzu Piazza, I think they're called the Isuzu Gemini in America, model kit anywhere in the world. It was incredible. You can get your paints, your brushes, you can even buy small modifying car like details, so you can get like different wheels for your models, different spoilers, different body kits. You can get it all there. If you're not so much into model making, you can also find just model cars. So there's a shop called Mandrake, which is a kind of like a second-hand toy shop. It may sound like something you don't want to go into, however this is the place where you can find some great deals on literally closed, unused car merchandise. So when I was there, I managed to find a Toyota MR2 or MRS in America model kit, and I believe it was about £12. I've looked for this model kit in the UK and it's the minimum I can find it for is about 70. So it's a great place for finding really good like deals on quite high-end or quite expensive like kits. They also sell a lot of Tomica toy cars. Again, all in boxes, all completely sealed, and they literally like £2 each. I actually ended up buying about 10 of them for my dad because he actually collects them. They also tend to have these cabinets where you can find like the really rare Tomica models. So it's a great place for finding like hidden gems that you know, all you die-hard collectors out there who love collecting model cars, you'll be able to find something rare out there for yourself. So just down the road from Akihabara, there's Shibuya and Shinjuku. These two places, if you want to just sit there and, you know, car watch, you will see some amazing cars just driving through. When I was sat there for probably about 10 minutes, literally round the corner came a 350Z in the black and grey colours from the car from Tokyo Drift, and there were some lowriders, a green Toyota A86 just down the road as well parked up. So Shinjuku, yeah, it's just a fantastic place for car spotting. I also managed to take quite a lot of snaps of just cars parked around this area. I found a couple of Toyota Sentries, Aston Martins just parked down the road, GTRs, Evos, just things like that. All you need to do is literally sit in Shibuya or Shinjuku and just watch the cars go by, because literally every time a light goes green from red, something is going to drive by. So that's my 5 easy places to go in Tokyo if you're a car enthusiast. I don't think you'd need maybe £20 to get to all these places. All the places are free entry. So the Venus Fort is free, the Tokyo Megaweb is free, Orderbax is literally just a shop along with the places in Akihabara, and Shinjuku, just being around there, is free. So yeah, I don't think you'd spend any more than 10-20 quid. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.